Hello, and welcome to another installment of the Psychology of Better Call Saul, a series which attempts to understand the many psychological motivations of the characters in this television show. In this episode, I am going to take a closer look at the relationship between the characters of Jimmy and Kim, and how within the relationship they also take on the roles of both son and mother. Although the two characters seem to be convinced that they are in their relationship for reasons of caring, love, and mutual cooperation, on closer inspection, it appears that they are actually repeating past life trends and roles that they have been accustomed to due to early life experiences. Through different flashback scenes and present-day conversations, we find out about both Kim and Jimmy and the ways they related to their parents as children. In this video, I will provide examples of the ways that Kim is enacting the mother or caretaker role in the relationship due to going through a process of parentification when she was young, while Jimmy is enacting the son or dependent role due to a long history of being enabled by his parents, coupled with a tendency towards regression. With this information in mind, let's get into the analysis. In Season 2, Episode 2, Kim gets mad at Jimmy for lying about a video he made in order to fabricate evidence to get a client out of potential charges. Kim begins confronting the issue, telling Jimmy that he might get disbarred if people find out. Kim could put her foot down even more, as she is still focused on upholding certain ethics within the law at this point of the show. But instead she says,
I cannot hear about this sort of thing ever again, okay?
Kim is beginning to enable Jimmy's behaviors. She doesn't want him to change, and she doesn't want to become involved herself, so she decides that the best option is for her not to hear about it any longer. Kim would rather play ignorant to Jimmy's faults and give him the benefit of the doubt. She is replicating the type of enabling behaviors that Jimmy's mother enacted when he was a child. Then, in Season 2, Episode 9, Kim and Jimmy are in bed, the day after Jimmy was accused by Chuck of tampering with documents so that Kim would win the Mesa Verde case. Jimmy asks if she wants to talk about it, and Kim responds,
Not now, not ever.
Kim is looking at her documents the entire time, trying her best not to acknowledge what Jimmy is saying. She's trying to commit to her ignorance of Jimmy's behaviors. It's almost as if she wants to push against a fuller understanding of things. Then, as Jimmy is about to go to bed, she says,
Going against him, you'd really want to make sure you've got all your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
Instead of addressing the problem directly with Jimmy, or allowing for him to get what he deserves, Kim seems to want to avoid any type of adversity and assists him in finding a way out of the situation. Jimmy gets out of bed, as he has been given permission by Kim to continue with his reckless behaviors. To enable is to inadvertently reinforce an undesired behavior. All parents do this to some degree, because it's only natural to want to shield our children from pain, fear, failure, difficulty, and embarrassment. Enabling undesirable behavior also occurs when we give in to complaints or demands because we desperately want to avoid conflict. This avoidance is generally a short-term fix that's at odds with helping the child make long-term progress. In Season 2, Episode 10, Jimmy's new commercial comes on the air while Kim and he are at the hospital for Chuck. The commercial is representing Jimmy as a trustworthy and upstanding person, touting all the virtues that he obviously doesn't possess. We see a close-up of Kim's face, and she watches the commercial as if she is a proud mother, someone who does not have a glimmer of doubt regarding the person being presented on screen. When the commercial finishes, she says,
It's really good, Jimmy. You made a really good commercial. Thanks.
Even her tone of voice is indicative of an approving mother supporting her little boy. Meanwhile, Jimmy knows the truth of the situation, just like he knew the actions he was taking as a child were wrong despite his mother's constant approval. His face displays the look of a man who is having difficulty even deceiving himself. In Season 3, Episode 8, Jimmy has hurt his back following a stunt at the music store. The store owners were about to back out of their deal with him, but he needed the money, so Jimmy decided to return to his Slipping Jimmy stunt so that they would pay. Jimmy is lying on the floor and playing Smoke on the Water, a song that reminds him of his childhood and pulling stunts with Marcos. Jimmy seems to be regressing here, due to the confluence of events in his life and the inability to manage things in an adult way. He's dealing with money problems, issues with Chuck, and the inability to find a job at current time. And he's not handling any of these things very well. He's not only acting and talking like a teenager, but he's also lying to Kim about every single thing that she asks him about, providing alternate realities. Meanwhile, Kim seems to be playing the mother role again, as she takes his word regarding everything he says, no matter how unbelievable his stories may be. Before she leaves, Jimmy asks meekly,
I mean, you believe me, right?
and Kim replies, like a naive and enabling mother,
Yes. Feel better, Jimmy?
Kim leaves the room and proceeds to take on the Gatwood case, work that is going to put her in over her head. Just as Jimmy's mother may have done, Kim continues to ignore the warning signs she sees from Jimmy. She is able to constantly inundate herself with work, a favorable distraction for their relationship. Meanwhile, Jimmy gets what he wants by not being challenged on anything and being able to continue with his regressive trends. When regression happens, an adult will retreat to an earlier stage of development. Any situation that provokes fear, anxiety, anger, insecurity, or other negative emotions can cause this kind of regression. During the episode, most individuals will revert to a time in their lives when they felt safe, likely a time from their developmental years. In general, most psychoanalysts believe that regression appears during times of extreme stress. Individuals often revert to a time when they had less stress or no stress at all compared to their present living conditions. They also usually revert to a time when a parent or other guardian could potentially protect them from their current situation. In Season 4, Episode 7, Jimmy and Kim had just been at a party for Schweigart's law office, where Kim is now working. Jimmy has continued to regress even further in this season, by not searching for work and beginning to sell drop phones, while also suppressing thoughts and feelings regarding Chuck's death. Meanwhile, Kim has been excelling in her career, partly due to her need to distract herself from their imploding relationship. During the party, Jimmy gets drunk and seems to purposely embarrass Kim in front of her colleagues by being confrontational with Schweigart. On the car ride home from the party, Jimmy looks like he's in the doghouse and Kim is annoyed. They say to each other,
Well, that was something.
Yep.
Jimmy then proceeds to turn on the radio, playing loud rock music to fill the awkward silence, just like a teenager might do. Jimmy is the son who doesn't want to hear about the realities of the situation and would rather just feel good, while Kim is the mother who will most likely continue to ignore a possible confrontation and allow things to proceed untouched. In Season 4, Episode 9, Kim and Jimmy had just been in a huge fight on top of the parking garage. Kim had finally exploded in that scene and told Jimmy what she really feels and how he always seems to be down on himself. She seems to be fed up with the way that Jimmy is constantly regressing and not taking responsibility for his life, while she has all the while been cleaning up his messes. The reality of things are finally being brought to the surface. Back at the apartment, Jimmy enters and begins packing his things. The facade of their relationship has been exposed in the open air, and Jimmy doesn't think it can continue. Perhaps since Kim seems unwilling to enable him any longer, and is not providing her normal, motherly reassurance. Just when we think things are over, Kim says,
You still want to be a lawyer?
what she's really asking is, do you still want to be in a relationship? Are you still willing to continue playing this game and play these roles that we've been playing since we were children? Jimmy seems to be game. In Season 5, Episode 6, we see a flashback scene which provides the basis for much of Kim's behaviors in their relationship and the claims made in this video. Kim is outside in the cold night, waiting for her mother to pick her up, and it seems she's been there for a while. Kim's mother pulls up following a period of drinking and partying. It seems that Kim has been dealing with this type of behavior from her mother for some time, based on her demeanor and the way she asks her mother questions. This isn't the first time she has dealt with her mother this way, and it won't be the last. Kim refuses to enter the car and states she is going to walk home. As Kim is walking away from her mother, she is stone-faced and doesn't say a thing. She has become desensitized to her mother and her behaviors. Unfortunately for Kim, despite her best efforts to move past these life events, she seems to be playing out the same role with Jimmy. She has become parentified, in which she has learned to take on the adult role for others due to the way that she needed to interact with and take care of her mother as a child. She was a parent for her own mother, and now Jimmy has become the replacement who fills that need in her life. Emotional parentification is when a young child is forced to meet the emotional needs of their parents, siblings, or other family members on a regular daily basis. Some parents hurt their children not maliciously, but inadvertently, through the lack of personal stability, maturity, and emotional health. Childish and emotional, underdeveloped parents tend to be preoccupied with their own life's tasks or are constantly overwhelmed by their own distress, and do not have any bandwidth to see their child or children's wants and needs. Then, in the same episode, Jimmy has just made what seems to be an unforgivable move by setting Kim up during the meeting with Mesa Verde. Jimmy purposely deceived Kim in order to ensure a possible lawsuit against the company. Kim had been very clear that she did not want to go through with the plan, and Jimmy did it anyway. Kim returns to the apartment and looks and acts exactly as she does in the flashback scene with her mother. She is stone-faced and making quick, direct comments. Meanwhile, Jimmy is playing Smoke on the Water again, wearing his sneakers, just being a teenager. It's almost like he's the kid waiting at home, expecting a talking to from the angry parent. Kim begins by playing the disappointed mother, but as the conversation progresses, Jimmy says,
I kept things from you to protect you. Look, if I got caught and, God forbid, you're questioned under oath, you have plausible deniability.
And Kim responds,
Jesus, Jimmy, you can excuse stabbing me in the back by making it about protecting me? Is that really supposed to justify everything?
Kim is angry, and she has the right to be, since Kim's mother thought that lying to Kim would protect her daughter, when all it did was hurt her and cause her to lose trust and faith in her mother. Parentified people are very likely to find themselves in similar relational patterns in adulthood. The only way they learn to relate was through being of service and providing caregiving. So it is extremely possible that they have to be the primary caregivers for their own partners and friends, since they never learned anything different. The only affectionate bond available is the one where they always must be the caregiver. It is not unlikely that parentified children may choose a career within the caring professions, since they know how to provide care really well. It seems that Jimmy and Kim's relationship is on the brink once again in this scene, as Kim starts calling out Jimmy's excessive lying and saying she can't deal with it anymore. The problem is that Kim is so parentified, and these patterns of behavior have become so ingrained in who she is that she cannot escape the cycle she has been caught in for all of her life. As her emotions come to the surface and she seriously contemplates ending things for the first time, she takes the complete opposite stance and offers to marry Jimmy. The emotions she is feeling are most likely similar to the negative feeling states that come along with the idea of people leaving her. Not only did Kim have a pull and push relationship with her mother, but her father seems to have been out of the picture as well, another reason for her reluctance to be alone or have someone leave her. Offering the marriage is the best choice for Kim, as it provides her the opportunity to continue being the mother and protector of another person. She can continue enabling Jimmy's behaviors while protecting herself from painful emotions of abandonment. At the same time, Jimmy can remain safe and secure, as a relationship will continue providing him future opportunities to regress and to get off the hook when things go wrong in his life. This concludes this installment from the series on Better Call Saul. Please watch my other videos regarding other characters if you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching.